center back, square at center back, and then mark the dart. This would be the dart, and middle of the dart, mark the middle of the dart, and have a straight line 4-5 inches somewhere here, straight line for the dart, and measure what could be the length of the dart, 5 something, and draw dart legs. This may be fairly substantial, maybe a little bit more than an inch. And then the hip line here, mildly curvy. And then straight line to the hem. And now I will close the dart and refine the waistline. So here is now the back dart, and then finishing the waistline as mildly round, kind of blending all the shapes. Okay, so here's now the back. Cut it to 1/2 inch seam allowance. Back. And here would be the left side. Same way, here's the dart. Again, if it's too big, you can always make it a little bit less, and I don't like big darts. And something like 3.5 inches long. So here's the center line for the dart, and dart legs.
How long?
3.5 ish. And here is center front. Here's the hip curve. I take a little bit in from the hip curve because I took it out. I mean, I made the dart slightly smaller. And then straight line to the hem. So side seam is kind of straight. Side seam is straight, no flare or anything needed there. And this one is now along the princess line, mildly curvy, mild curve here. And then straight line down to hem. Right there.
Smart.
Yeah.
Smart.
Faster ways. Okay, so now this part will be kind of emulating what when the two parts are together. Matching center points here, how, and this one would be the so if side seams need to be the same length, here would be the end of the side seam. And if I have this part similar roundness, when you look at it on the outside, could look the same. So if these are the side seams, how far, and this is about, so something kind of having rough idea first and then make it definite.
I thought it was the other way for some reason. I got confused.
Yeah, so they come like this. This is a side seam, here's a side seam. And now if I close this dart, yeah, sometimes these left-right sides and when we work for both sides, it may be kind of brain twisting a little bit. And you always have to remember that left and right sides refer to the wearer's left and right side, not when you look at it, then it will be kind of opposite sides when you look at the piece on the table. Okay, so here would be the, and now if I close this, so that they would be pretty much the same. One as well. So sometimes you can leave here a little bit like self-facing. Even though this is mildly curvy, it may still work well as a self-facing. And now if I fold these, side seams could be pretty much the same, or the waistlines. Okay, so now this one is the left side, and if I connect the two, all the parts together, this one is going to be connected. Yeah, this is still a little bit longer. That's okay. I can trim it shorter because it's a straight piece, easy to trim it without any problems.
It's not
It's not.
in the gray.
Okay, so let's put these two together
Yeah.
first. So center front points matching. This is the matching point. And then this one is the cascade here. And here is now the left side. This is the right side, and then one of these pieces will be attached to the back. So ideally, so they will kind of become like a little curve right here at the center. That's why. Yeah.
It's attaching to this side, is it? Oh no. I'm a little
So
disoriented.
here is yeah, it is. It is, as I said, fraying, twisting a little bit. You do have two side seams for front because you have both sides, and then one side seam for the back. I can cut the excess away from back. little bit of the left side. So ideally, the center point would be, you know, the crisscrossing of the two parts would come kind of right at the center. It doesn't always happen, but that's our goal. Let's leave a little bit of excess here. And see how it works. We'll get it on the dress form. So here's, and this one will be the left side fold.
Excuse me.
Back.
Oh, you didn't do a full backside.
No,
No
because
wonder
it's
I was
symmetrical.
totally confused.
And
Okay.
it's at center back is straight crane line. Pattern doesn't have to be a full pattern either, but you know, when you make this pattern, you have to mark RSU to the pattern pieces because they are because this is an asymmetrical style. So very important that you don't flip the two sides. Okay, let's see. So here's the cascade. Okay, so how do you like it?
Looks great.
This
It's a good length.
might be nice to trim it in a little bit more. So that it makes like two round shapes coming together right at the center.
Kind of like a flower.
Mm-hmm. Like petal pieces form shape like that. Okay, so
Cool.